back in the wild again. And I felt right at home where I belong. I had that feeling coming over me again, just like it happened so many times before. Yeah.
Hi, and welcome to this week's Blue Water Outdoors. We're at the 12th annual River Crab Salmon Stakes Tournament. With me is Rob Helzer from the Blue Water Sport Fishing Association. Rob's the tournament director. Oh, Rob, were you out fishing this morning?
No, I've been here all night just weighing in the big walleyes.
Oh, a lot of fish come in?
Yeah, we probably had about 100 fish come in, but only probably 25 weighed in once they seen how big they were. They didn't want to weigh in the 5, 6, 7 pounders.
So what do we got for a leader now in the walleye? We got a couple nice ones here behind us.
Yeah, the heaviest fish right now is 9.2 pounds. The second one's 8.35. Pretty nice sized fish for this, this time of year.
Do you have a name on the winner so far that's holding the lead?
I do. It's guy's out of port here, and I don't remember the name. He checked in at 2 o'clock this morning, so I wasn't real wide awake. But we have it over, and it's being put on a computer tape right now.
Okay. Rob owns and runs Sea-Doo Sport Fishing Charters with Larry Lixie out of Port Huron. You've been doing pretty good up there this last week or two up in the lake, haven't you?
Yeah, it's about time that the weather broke and helped out. Now, the fishing's been good for the last week. Hopefully this weather being nice, it'll keep, being the same for a while. I hear they're starting to move a little north and getting bigger farther north, so we might have to make the move norther.
Yeah, I just got word there at Port Sanilac they're doing pretty good, guys. Starting to get them north off the Methodist camp and Camp Cavell and that. Well, we've had a big turnout here so far. A lot of people still coming in to weigh in their fish and that. So far, our leader in the salmon category is 19.8 pounds. Do you know who so far weighed that fish in?
Yeah, Craig Birch on Southeast Charters did that. And then Chuck Muir himself just brought in a fish that was only about a couple ounces underneath it.
Oh, boy. Tell you what, there's some big fish coming in. It's spotty fishing out there. Some people finding fish, some people aren't. The main benefit of this tournament is all the proceeds from this tournament goes towards child abuse in the St. Clair County area. Blue Water Mental Health. We're going to bring in Jim Gillen here in a few minutes and we're going to talk with him. So how long have you been involved with this, Rob?
Well, this is my 6th year running the tournament solely by myself, but I fished the tournament for about 10 years now.
Yeah, I fished it quite a bit myself, and I'll tell you, every year it just seems to get bigger and bigger. It's growing every year, and more people turning out, more entries. It's definitely the tournament I look forward to every year.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's the longest running tournament in the state of Michigan. It's not a large prize money tournament, but it is one of the longest running tournaments in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, I'll tell you. We look forward to it, and everybody out there. Dave, how'd you do today, Dave?
We didn't get nothing. Zilch.
Wash baits, huh?
Yeah, that's about it. That's all we did.
Yeah?
There's a few fish being caught, but we didn't hook into nothing.
Where'd you fish today, Dave?
We were fishing up the mouth of Lake Huron down Port Huron area. Nothing.
Yeah, we fished this morning down the Marine City area and that. A lot of boats in there, but 1-2 fish per boat, so a lot of guys with no fish. So, well, Rob, what's the final? When's everything wrap up on the weigh-in and that?
No, they've got till 3 o'clock to be in line here before we shut it down. So they still have approximately a half hour, a little more than half an hour to get down here and get their fish weighed in.
Okay, well, Rob Helzer from the Blue Water Sport Fishing Association, and thanks a lot, Rob. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we're going to take a minute here and really explain just what the purpose of the River Crab Salmon Stakes Tournament is. This being the 12th annual tournament. With me is Jim Gillen from the Blue Water Mental Health and Child Abuse Clinic. All the proceeds from this tournament is donated to the St. Clair County area to help fight child abuse and child neglect. Well, Jim, over the years, how's it been going as far as donations and the funds that have been raised towards child abuse?
Well, this will be the 6th year that the Blue Water Clinic has been the primary beneficiary. Since 1985, we've grossed approximately $240,000. It's been an important part of the budget that operates the McKinnon Family Center.
Mm-hmm.
The McKinnon Family Center was started in 1985 after the Port Huron Times-Herald did a needs assessment as to what was one of the prime problems in the St. Clair County area. Child abuse neglect was identified as such, and we were able to obtain a $98,000 grant that got the McKinnon Center started. From there, it was up to the local community to keep the program going, and that's when the Muir Corporation became involved and became an important part of the funding of the program.
Yeah, Chuck Muir, owner of the River Crab and the Chuck Muir Corporation, he has pretty much started this and that, and then he decided that that would be a good need as far as a donation, huh?
Right. Chuck has a history of being involved in different social causes. He's been active in the Special Olympics and became aware of the need through a mental health board member back in '85, and had operated the tournament for about 6 years prior to us getting involved, and wanted to get more involved within the St. Clair County area, saw the need, and really came to our help for that.
Well, I'll tell you, it's definitely, you know, you talk about a cause well worth it. I'll tell you, you know, children definitely deserve an environment to grow up in where they don't have to worry about it. It's a big problem, I mean, everywhere, and it's definitely, you know, what better way to go fishing, I mean, and know that the funds are going to help something like that. I think it's a great cause. Do you fish yourself, Jim? Have you been out there?
I've been out a couple of times with Rob Helzer on his boat. Bob Corbin has had me out. Was out a week ago Tuesday, and we caught a 12-pound king salmon. So I'm not a regular fisherman, but take advantage of the opportunity to get out on some of the charter boats. It's real enjoyable.
Did you get a turn on the rod on that 12-pounder?
Yes, I did. I was the one that actually brought it in. I had a little coaching on the side from some of the people, and need that actually, but I've been real pleased. It's been just a good opportunity, I think, for all of us. It brings together the Blue Water Sports Fishing have just been a fantastic group to work with on this. The C.A. Muir Corporation has been excellent. It brings together people from all walks of life for one common cause, which is to help child abuse victims.
Yeah, like I said, this tournament, you know, for myself and I'm sure everybody else here, it's one tournament that we really look forward to every year, you know. The River Crab tournament, it's just, even though, you know, the money, you know, isn't paid out big in the prize money towards the fishermen, it's where the money goes. I mean, that's most important in that. How about the state? Does the state fund a lot, or does this pick up a lot as far as what the state doesn't fund towards child abuse in St. Clair County?
Probably through our public contracts, we get about 50% of our budget. The budget at the McKinnon Center is about $112,000, and the state dollars or public dollars will pick up about $60,000 of that. So it's up to us to pick up another $60,000 through different donations, benefits, foundation grants, that sort of thing. And so that's where fundraisers such as the Salmon Stakes becomes an important part of it. We have to come up with that portion of the budget, or else the services just wouldn't be there. There's some thought maybe that a county like St. Clair County doesn't have a child abuse problem, but we really do. We have over 300 cases of substantiated child abuse each year. And the McKinnon Center will work with approximately 50 of the worst of those cases. We have a multidisciplinary team type of approach where you have people from all walks of life. You have a pediatrician, a lawyer, medical social worker, juvenile court person, people that represent different disciplines sitting down at one table, basically figuring how best can we help this child from day one, with the idea that fragmentation of services won't be there. They start from the time that a referral is actually made and see it right through till the end of service at the agency.
Well, I'll tell you, it's definitely, you know, talk about a worthy cause. I think that's one right there. So, well, Jim, I tell you what, I thank you for this and hope to see you out on the water. Who knew that when they planted the salmon back in 1966 on the west side of the state, that us fishermen would be out there and knowing that, you know, the enjoyment we have angling would also help the kids. I think it's a great cause, and thanks a lot, Jim.
Thank you, Tom.
This table with the t-shirts and sweatshirts. I need 3 kids under 7.
Ooh, so cold, huh? Is it cold? Yeah, to Nikki. It's cold to Nikki.
You got her shot. Okay, with me is none other than Chuck Muir, owner, operator of Chuck Muir's Restaurant, the River Crab here. Well, you had a heck of a day out there, didn't you, Chuck?
We had a great day, Tom. We got out there with the sun coming up, no fog, and calm weather till about 10 o'clock, and then, of course, the fog and the rough weather came in, but that's when the fish started hitting.
Well, where was the hot spot?
Well, I got to give Rob Helzer the credit for telling me Camp Cavell, just a few miles below Port Sanilac, and we pretty much skated around that area, in from 15 feet out to 30 feet, at all levels, at all depths, and just everything you could, every color, spoons, body baits, anything worked.
Boy, I'll tell you. Well, Chuck here, he started this river crab tournament 12 years ago, and I'll tell you, it's done nothing but grow ever since. I'll tell you, you've done a great job with it, Chuck.
Yeah, well, thanks, Tom, and you got to give a lot of credit to the Blue Water Sports Fishing Association and the Blue Water Mental Health Clinic people too, and Ruth Rhodes here at the River Crab. They're the ones that really do the work.
There's a lot, you know, that's another thing Chuck just mentioned, a lot of work, the work and the people. You know, take a minute here to thank everybody that's really done the legwork on this tournament, because I'll tell you, when it's an annual thing. I mean, tonight when it ends, already the plans are in the work for next year, aren't they?
They better be.
Well, I'll tell you, Chuck, you've done a beautiful job, and I'll tell you what, you did a beautiful job on the water today, I'll tell you.
Yeah, again, though, I'm disappointed. This is the second year that I've come within ounces of having the big fish. Someday I'd like to have my name on that plaque in there, you know, in the restaurant with a big fish on it.
Just think, though, you're definitely in running for Skipper of the Year right now.
Yeah, that's right. That's the first time I've been that close.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chuck, I hope you win it, too.
Yeah, okay,
you deserve
Tom.
it.
Good.
Thank you.
Put her there, all you four.
Okay. Hey, I got Captain Al Lovick, captain of the Salmon Busters crew. Well, Al, what happened out there today?
That was real good action today up at Lexington, about 2.5 miles south of the harbor. And 18 to 24 feet of water. We had 3 for 6.
Yeah, 3 for 6. What was your best baits?
Our best bait was the bomber, and we had a stalker on the line, and we took our biggest fish on the stalker.
Well, they had quite a bit of fog out there this morning. The fog didn't lift till what, 9, 10 o'clock?
At Lexington, it was gone by about 7:15, and we were good until about 11 o'clock, and then the fog rolled in, and we had to use the land to get back to the harbor.
Yeah, I was talking to a lot of the guys out there and that, and they said that fog, a lot of them didn't even go out till 8, 9 o'clock because of the fog. Why don't you take a minute and introduce your crew here?
This is Joe Grebenach. He's been with us 2 years. And this is Mike Fritz, my brother-in-law, and this is his brother-in-law, Mike Scully.
You also got to read their name.
Okay, that's a crew of the Salmon Busters. How many years have you fished this tournament now?
About 8 or 9 years. Yeah.
It's a heck of a tournament, I'll tell you. We look forward to it every year.
We had a real good time. We like coming down here. We've done quite well in this tournament, so we keep coming back.
Yeah, it's a laid-back type tournament. You can go out and fish. It's not, you know, high pressure like the Classic and the Light Line and that, where you got a lot at stake in that.
Right, just have a good time and get together and do something for the kids.
Okay, thanks a lot, Al.
All right.
Okay, with me is none other than Harold Hastings, the local outdoor writer for the Port Huron Times-Herald. Well, how'd you fish today, Harold?
Oh yeah, we went up with Al Lovick as the captain of the Salmon Buster, Mike Fritz, Mike Scully, and Joe Grebenach. And we had a rough time. We had to come back to Port Huron and try and find a GE9 light for Al's boat. Our running light was gone, and we weren't about to go out there without a light in our running light, so we didn't get in the water till 10 to 7. We had a knockoff at 7:13 and lost it, a nice big king. We lost a nice steely at about 7:20 in there someplace. And then all told, we had 3 for 6. We got a 10-pound, an 8-pound, and a 2-pound, and we're real pleased. Yeah. We had a good time.
That's the main thing. It's a lot of fun out there, you know, and just enjoying it and having a good day on the water with the friends and that, and enjoying it. You know, Harold, he puts together a great piece every week. I'll tell you, this man does a lot of work for the outdoorsmen in the Blue Water area. I'll tell you, I've been a friend of Harold's. I'm very fortunate to be his friend for about the last 4 or 5 years, and I think you've done a great job, Harold, and I just want to take a minute here just to thank you for what you do for the sportsmen in the area.
One thing I want to say, we had a terrible fog up there at Lexington, Port Sanilac, Lakeport, and I thought the guys really pulled together to get everybody safely off the water. I thought that was something today. It was a fishing contest, yes, but when it became life and limb, the guys pulled together with their Lorraine graphs and their VDRs and so forth, and everybody reached port safely, and I think that's just great. That's the best part of this. Plus, the neglected and abused children are going to be helped by the money raised today.
Right.
We're hoping it goes over $60,000. I'm real happy about it.
You know, that's the main thing, you know. We're fishermen, we're hunters, but the main thing, we're sportsmen. And when a fellow sportsman's in trouble, you know, you'd be surprised. Everybody really pitch in and lend a helping hand. We had a charter boat down the North Channel today, I heard, that ran aground, and they had to get their people off. You know, and people come right there to their aid. Same when you're hunting in the woods, you know. Safety comes before anything.
Isn't this great, too? The parking lot full of people coming down. Just amazing. They figure their hopes are not positive to count yet, but maybe close to 2,000 anglers actually ended up fishing this tournament. County shore anglers and the whole ball game. Isn't that something?
that's
It's just
great.
amazing. And Chuck Muir says it's going to get bigger next year.
Every year, I'll tell you, I've just noticed this tournament. It's grown and grown and
Growing by
grown
leaps and bounds.
every year.
It's grown by-
Every year.
It is my favorite tournament, without a doubt.
Oh.
I like them all, but this is my favorite.
You know, the big tournaments, like I was talking to Al Lovick earlier,
Right.
and that the big tournaments, you know, you're geared up. It's the
Right.
money on the line. This tournament, it's
for the
fun.
kids.
It's for the kids. That's
This is
the
for the
main
kids.
purpose
That's what
of it.
it's all
It's
about.
really enjoyable.
And I
Well,
think as the years go by, it's just going to continue to grow. And
Definitely.
I do appreciate sharing with you, Tom.
Okay.
God bless you.
Thank you, Harold.
Take
God
care.
bless you. Harold Hastings from the Port Huron Times-Herald. Well, I got Captain Ed Lazowski. He was on our last show with us. And this man happened to come into a little bit of money today. How about it, Ed?
Yeah, I got lucky. Caught about a 3-pound steelhead today, and I never even checked it for a fin clip. But when the DNR inspected the fish, they told me it was a fin clip, and that's $100, and it makes me happy.
You better believe it. I'll tell you, we had a charter out today. Hank Bradley and I run the charter. Ed went fishing, and he did quite well, I guess. Was that the only fish, or you had a couple other ones on, didn't you?
We had 3 on. We were just drifting with crawlers. I thought we might be able to pick up a steelhead. Everybody else was down rigging, but I figured maybe a steelhead would, of any size, might win the biggest fish. I don't know. I'm still waiting for the results.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, in this tournament, they give away a first prize for the largest brown trout, the largest coho salmon, Chinook salmon, steelhead, and also the largest walleye. Okay, we've got the final results here at the 12th annual River Crab Salmon Stakes tournament. Okay, the first place in the coho division went to Leo Van Etten of Detroit with a 6.70 pound coho. Steelhead, the biggest steelhead was 5.56. John Kerswalbig of Detroit. Okay, next to me is Butch Ayers of Detroit with an 8-pound, 10-ounce brown trout. Well, Butch, where were you fishing today?
We were just south of Lexington.
And what did you take that fish on?
It came off a yellowbird on a orange and silver Rapella.
Okay, how many fish did you take today?
4.
Well, 4 fish, and one of that 4 was 8-pound, 10-ounce brown, which netted first place. Congratulations, Butch.
Thank you.
Okay, and now for the walleye. The walleye fishermen, they started at 12:01 last night, fished through the night, and the weigh-in was open through the night for the walleye. The walleyes had to be weighed in alive. The winning walleye, Steve, pardon me?
Mike Gillis.
Mike Gillis, with a 9.20 pound walleye. And where were you fishing, Mike?
We were fishing by the pilot house in Port Huron there. Got him about 3 o'clock last night on a silver and black Rapella.
Was that the only walleye you took, or
The only one. Between the 3 of us, we only got the one.
I'll tell you what, one's enough. We're talking about a $500 walleye there. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and now for the biggest fish of the tournament, a 20-pound Chinook taken by Bill Weiner. Well, congratulations, Bill. Where'd you take that fish?
Just outside of Lexington Harbor, just north.
Okay, on a body bait spoon, what were you using?
On a bomber that was purple with pink spots.
Well, that's a nice fish. How'd you do today otherwise?
Well, we had another one on, but he took the line.
Well, I'll tell you what, that one paid off anyway. Congratulations. And now, the man with the most fish won the Super Skipper of the Year for 1990, none other than Mr. Chuck Muir. And here we are again, Chuck. You had a heck of a day out there.
Oh, we had a heck of a lot of fun. It was a fire drill.
Again up the Camp Cavell area, huh?
Camp Cavell, yep.
What was the total weight of your catch that you brought in?
66 pounds.
66 pounds. That's good
6
days.
fish.
6 fish, 66 pounds.
He had a 19.8, and he's never been fishing.
And that'll about do it for this week's episode of Blue Water Outdoors from the 1990 River Crab Salmon Stakes.
back in the wild again. And I fell right